This is the Transformers The Last Night, Autobots Unite, Hot Rod, or Deluxe Class Hot Rod. For North America, this figure is a Walmart exclusive, but here in Asia, or here in Manila, the Philippines, we don't have Walmart. So the only way to get this is if you order it online, or you go to the US and go to Walmart and get one, or you go to hobby shops and get the Asian release of this figure, which is what I did. I picked up this figure at our Toys at Green Hills, and there's no sticker because there's no Walmart here, and it's as far as I know, it's exactly the same as the Walmart exclusive Deluxe Class Hot Rod. And I'm guessing all the Hot Rod figures are going to be Walmart exclusives, whether it be Titans or One Steps or whatever, Legion, whatever, just like what they did with Stinger. So here he is. If the figure looks vaguely familiar, I don't have the Hasbro version anymore, I sold it. I only have the Takara version, mint on card. It looks exactly the same as another Lamborghini, Lockdown. And, you know, for all intents and purposes, it's exactly the same mold in terms of a silhouette and transformation. But a lot of people seem to think it's a new mold. Hasbro seems to think it's a new mold that you should absolutely get. But I believe it's just a retweak or a redeco or a heavy remold of the old Lockdown figure. And I tell you what, and the feet sort of give it away. It's exactly the same feet as they used for Lockdown. They put longer thighs, longer shins. It's a different sculpt, obviously. Different car parts, yep, but the hinges, the way the middle torso transforms is very, very similar to the way Lockdown does it. So here he is with his other Autobot friends. So they make a nice little display. I'm glad they didn't shrink him. These two look very small compared to him, but they scale very nicely with Hound. I'm not sure in the movie if he's really this tall, or I'm guessing he's about as tall as Bumblebee. He should be as tall as Bumblebee. So the figure is quite tall, if you want to be technical about it. 6 inches tall? No, just under 6 inches tall, about 6.5 inches tall, which beats these guys, which are about just 5 inches tall. Okay. Honestly, he does not look anything like the Hot Rod we were promised. I mean, we've seen Hot Rod. They told us they were going to do Hot Rod in the film, but sorry, the ghetto style. It doesn't look anything like the one they promised. I mean, this is obviously to render. It's the movie render, and Hasbro needs to translate it into toy form. But I wish they could have made him bulkier. I wish they could have made him beefier. But I don't blame Hasbro for not trying, because he's a Lamborghini. They wanted to transform that way, similar to Lockdown. And so to do that, the Lamborghini is very sleek. The limbs have to be very slender and spindle-like. So this one was out of the question. Even the chest, it looks more like Bumblebee, more like Stinger, and yeah. So look at this guy. He's like a bruiser. He's like a boxer. Okay. The head sculpt, at least, is similar to what they promised us, but the whole body thing, he should be looking more like Bumblebee. And yeah, Hasbro decided to go cheap and just make him slender and all that. But it's okay. I'm sure customizers will have a way of changing all that. The other thing I'm a little bit frustrated with, they didn't give him any sort of weapon. I wish they'd given him those sort of rotating Gatling guns or something, just a small bit, little Rhinox type of thing gun. You know, that wouldn't hurt. I mean, they could easily store underneath the roof or the windshield or something like that, but they didn't. So kind of a bit of a bummer. Okay, so Sculpt. Okay, paint apps. Paint apps are actually not bad. He only has one type of paint, red, and they did nice. Oh, silver, sorry, silver and red, Autobot symbol right there. The head sculpt was painted okay. I've seen a couple at the shop. They all look the same, similar, nothing to get worried about. So paint apps are great. The black plastic they used has a little bit similar to what they used for Lockdown. It has a little bit of that shimmer, a little bit of that glitter, but mostly the very flat black. It almost feels like it's a KO with the arms, but if you look at the legs and the chest, it doesn't feel as bad. Okay, articulation, it's got a ball jointed neck, no waist swivel, ball jointed shoulders, hinge elbow with a swivel, ball hinge elbow, swivel wrist because of transformation. The legs can go out and forward and backward. They ratchet forward and backward, but just swivel out. No thigh swivel, it's got a ball hinge knee, and some foot articulation because of transformation. So let's get him into his Lamborghini alt mode. So they're exactly the same as Lockdown, but Hasbro's the instructions seem to miss a few critical transformation procedures, which I will get to shortly. So fold that in, rotate it this way, and as you can see, he transforms exactly like Lockdown, but it's a brand new mold. You gotta buy it. You can already see Hasbro telling kids it's a new mold, it's not Lockdown. So okay, do that. Okay, and then the instructions tell you just rotate this piece, the neck piece, and you're gonna hurt the figure, the hood, by not splitting it up first. This bit of transformation happens in the instruction sheet, which I don't have with me, I apologize. After you've done this, then they tell you to do that, which makes sense because the legs are out of the way. But if you don't do a little bit of that, you're going to end up hurting the toy. So if you split it, then you can rotate that neck piece quite easily. The next step they forgot to say is, well, they just tell you to do this. And given the fact that he's got a big nose or whatever, a nose job, or a mouth piece that's a little bit too forward or protruding, you're gonna end up scraping that paint by doing this. He put his crotch up to his face. The best way I see is if you do this, you need to rotate. The instructions don't tell you to rotate. So if you rotate it, there's a little bit of a gap there that'll allow you to squeeze in that crotch piece. If you can, right like that. And that makes the transformation a heck of a lot easier. Okay. Then they tell you to already do this, fold these pieces out. You can do that later, doesn't matter. Next is, you split open the hood pieces, and then you do this. You unfold this just like Lockdown, but this one seems to, at least on my copy of the figure, seems to be very tight, and it feels like you're gonna break it, but you won't. Just be very ginger with it, very gentle with it. Otherwise, you're gonna end up cracking that whole assembly right there, that pin assembly right there. So just be very, very careful. It's gonna give sooner or later. If you're a little bit queasy about it, you just take your time and it will pop. Okay, and then fold it, transform, and just give it some room, that, and then close it in. And that's essentially the roof, windshield, and hood part of the car fixed. I'm actually glad they put all the wheels on his arms and didn't leave any wheel on the hip, much like what they did with Lockdown. So very nice tweaking. The next step is to rotate the arms and then unfold, and it gets to a lot of problems because this thing just will hit everything. So I suggest you do this one first, then you rotate. It just makes so much common sense. I don't know why Hasbro wants you to do this and then struggle with that. It's fine, I suppose, but for me. And then just like Lockdown, you fold in the shoulders, and this tab will tab in here. And yeah, that's it. Make sure you've unfolded these pieces, which the instructions clearly say you have to do. Try to squeeze in that shoulder underneath that piece, and then you can go ahead and tab the arm on the thigh. Okay. What am I doing wrong now? Okay. I practiced this like a couple times. It always worked easily. I was able to transform it very smoothly, and of course, when it comes to showtime, just, oh, I see, this bit of the hood. Okay, there you go. All right. That's that. So it looks smooth. Why is it not tabbing in? Hello? There you go. Okay. It's a little bit tight. There we go. Okay. And lastly, just like lockdown, fold in the bumper, the rear part of the car, and just nicely tab it in. So great. Looks like a nice Lamborghini. Lockdown was an Aventador. I believe this guy is a Huracan. Or something else. I might have missed it. Somebody tell me what he is. There are peg holes here, which I believe should have been for the weapons, but there are clearly no weapons with this guy. Should have been for the weapons, and I guess Hasbro decided to scrimp on that, which sucks. But yeah, this is a KO. It's my KO lockdown, which I actually find better because it's in the Voyager scale. So, but just to give you a reference of what kind of Lamborghini he is, I do like this one better. Kind of gives you that Reventon feel, or Sesto Elemento with the back, but I think it's the Hurricane or a new Lamborghini, which I missed out. I'm sorry. So, intriguing, nice. It's nice to have on your shelf just to complete your Autobots for the last night, but I wish they could have done better. I wish they could have combined the Bumblebee mold and the Lockdown mold. But again, Hasbro's penchant for retooling existing molds is apparently present. One last look at the alt mode. Very, very nice. Very, very sleek. No paint apps anywhere else except for that red striping here and there. And of course that Lamborghini logo. Glad they had that. Very nice. Wish it could have been more glittery. This one has better plastic, obviously. Should have used that. But yeah, okay. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers The Last Night Deluxe Class Hot Rod. Thanks for watching.